Hello, Mike here. This video is in response to a post on Korg forums where the member wanted to play a sequence of 3 tracks and then play 3 additional sounds over it live, like in a live situation. And he didn't want those sounds to be cut off when he switched programs, and that could be done with Karma scene switching. So I'm going to show you a couple things in this, and the first is MIDI track loop, because we're going to lay down a short track to play over. So let's pick our 6 sounds, and according to this guy, we have piano, and then he had a bass, so let's pick the bass category, stack bass, and then he had an organ, and we're going to pick this walk bass organ. And then we're going to pick a drum kit. So I'm going to pick a newer one that the Kronos has, a new processed kit. And then he had some sort of choir, so we're going to pick the vocal airy category, classic choir. And finally, he wanted a flute, so we're going to select woodwinds, vibrato flute. And if you look at the track parameter tab, you will see the 16 MIDI channels. So those first 6 sounds correspond to channels 1 through 6. And that's because when you're sequencing, you can keep them all separated. If you want to make stacks, turn them all to channel 1, and you can play these monster stacks. But for sequencing, we keep them separated. All right, let's make the sequence. We're going to use MIDI track loop. And we're going to take the drums and we're going to loop 1 measure, and this will repeat. Let me make sure I'm on the drum channel here, which was 4. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to press the record right sequence start button. There's 1 measure, and that should play repeatedly. Alright, that's good. So now we're going to play a bass line over that. Hit the repeat box, and we're going to repeat it for 4 measures. So let's go to the bass channel. That's 2. We're there. Record right, start. And then those bass measures, 1 through 4, will repeat for the length of the song, which in this case is 64 bars. Now we're going to check the organ, also for 4 bars, 4 measures. And that's on track 3, channel 3. All right, there we go. So let's play a little organ riff over it. Record right, start. Now those 3 sounds will play repeatedly, as I said, so it should be like this. Alright, now for switching the sounds that this person wants to play over them. I'm going to press the Karma button, and we don't want any of the modules running, so we're going to deselect the run boxes. And since our keyboard is on channel 1, our input channel is going to be channel 1. So for module B, 1, module C, also 1. But the channels they will be outputting to will be the choir, which is on channel 5, and the flute on channel 6. Press the performance real-time parameters, and this is where we'll select key zones for the 3 groups. Or 3 modules. Key zones. And key zones. So we have 3 sets of key zones, and here are the 3 modules that will control it. Well, A, B, and C. A will turn on via switch 1. B via switch 2. And C via switch 3. Now, let's don't mind my kids screaming in the background. That's everyday occurrence here. They need to be beaten. All right, we're zooming out. And yes, that's my messy bed in the background. And here you can see the switches we're going to be using. So I'm going to press real-time knobs karma mode. We're in that mode. So the switch 1 there is lit up. That's the scene button. Under that, I'm going to press the first karma switch. The scene button flashes because it is now in edit mode. I'm going to press the second scene button and the second karma switch. Then the third scene button and the third karma switch. Now each one of those should be selecting the piano, the choir, and the flute. Turn karma on, so we're running, but the modules are not set to run. So karma is on, and we should hear those 3 sounds. Here, I'm going to go to channel 1, make sure that's our input channel that we're on. And as you hear, the third switch is controlling the flute. First switch, the piano. And the second switch, the choir. And they will not cut each other off. Watch this. So there is no note cutoff, and now we can play live during the set just by selecting any of these switches. So let's see how that works. We start the song. Anyways, not perfect, but you get the idea, and you can switch to those sounds seamlessly. So I hope that helps, and thanks for watching.